What we are looking at today is how you can be able to make $25,000 per month from these 7 separate niches. And I'm revealing this cash flow to help you be in position to make this kind of money, but only and only from various faceless niches. So let's jump in. Now, we are starting with this channel. It's called Founders Potential. They have only 17 videos. They have 16,000 subscribers, which is really good. Now, they already have 526,000 views. I love this because when I look at this channel, it is very simplistic. What they are mostly explaining, they're explaining things that are in the financial niche. This is one of the best niches that people are always interested in because they are looking to become better at their finances. They're always looking to become better, mostly at things that benefit them, but mostly financially. Now, when you're going into such a niche, you want to be able to identify the patterns that worked out for such a channel. When we go and look at the videos that did well, the videos that did well are mostly about books and buying, but also when you look at the patterns that they have with this kind of channel, the patterns are quite simple. But what I've noticed is that they take long to post it. So they're not really consistent when it comes to the posting. So when you're going into such a niche, you want to do engaging, to talk about engaging stories, mostly about things that are similar to what is being discussed on this channel. But also you want to be consistent, because with consistency, people will always anticipate. They will anticipate that they will know that you are giving out value, and with giving out value, they're going to anticipate what you're going to put out. That is going to put you ahead in most of the channels that are into this space, because most of them may not be doing it consistently. But also the length of the videos, you want your videos to be quite longer, which is going to help you if you decide to venture out into this niche. Now, this one is also good. This is a self-help niche that helps people in terms of self-improvement, productivity, and different kinds of areas like psychology, business, and finance. They have 41 videos. They've done 2.2 million views. Now, I love the simplicity. I want you to look at the patterns that you see in the thumbnails. The thumbnails are very simple, quite simple. Black text, which is laid over white background, coupled with a white text laid over a red background, but with the elements also simply projected for people to really understand, get a sneak peek of what might be in the video that is going to be discussed. This is very important. When you find such a pattern and the thumbnails are really doing well, you want to capitalize on such a thing. You can even capitalize on this in another niche. It is very important for you to have these kinds of thumbnails that might really work out very well for you. And when I look at the things that they're doing quite an awesome job. And I believe with consistency, you can be able to outcompete even this channel and be better. In this financially, this is a channel that can even fetch an RPM of over $20 if you do lengthy videos. It can fetch an RPM of over even $20 if you do lengthy videos. So it is important for you to focus on the patterns that are working, to replicate what is working, not exactly what they're doing, but to get a sense of what is working so that you can emulate it and even add on what you feel might be missing to outcompete and even make your videos perform better. So let's go into this one. The next one is called Healthy Long Life. They have only 86 videos. But when you look at the views that they have 61 million views. Now, this is astonishing. I love what they do. What are they talking about? They're mostly talking about health-related hacks and things that people need to do to become better or to keep their health intact. Now, people are always looking out for these kinds of channels. But what I've noticed is that what you can do, you can copy the elements that are working out for them. The thumbnails are good. They're really catchy. But you can also look at how they are picking out titles. The titles, that is very important. The titles are very, very important when you're picking them out. But also, what you want to focus on when you're doing such a channel, you want to focus on topic research. That is one thing. You also want to focus mostly on how you are going to narrate these videos and the information, the value that you are going to give. It is important also, if you are able to niche down to a health problem that is really affecting a huge number of people, you can also do that, and that is going to help you to separate you from these generic kind of health related tips, but also to separate, when you separate yourself and you niche down to do videos mostly about maybe seniors, about a certain disease it is going, or maybe about weight loss, something that is going to help you niche down. It is going to help you for your audience to understand what your channel is about and what value comes with what you're offering. It is going to be very helpful, and I believe you can be successful in this niche, because even the RPM is over $10, which is quite something that you want to look out for. Now this one is called FinCrafted. They have 131 videos, and it is mostly a financial channel. They're talking about updates in technology, but also they are talking about updates in finance. I love this because with these kinds of channels, they get views and they blow up. But I want you to look at what they have been doing. They have been mostly testing out on different kinds of thumbnails, but even though the thumbnails are not quite consistent in terms of how they put out the text, the images and how they put them out are quite consistent. They have zeroed down to talking about things, about certain figures with whom finances are really driving the forces of the changes that their audiences want to see effectively. So they are talking about people like President Donald Trump. They're talking about the CEO of NVIDIA. They're talking about various elements like Xi Jinping, who really determine the forces of the stock market and the things that are going about. They're talking about the US date, certain things that really affect people, and they have zeroed down to this because what they are looking out, it is audiences that are mostly in the United States. And I believe with this kind of channel you can make money. And let's look at the most popular videos that they have done. The most popular one is 4 months ago. It already has 93,000 views, and this one 80,000 views. These are quite simple videos that you can be able to make. You just have to find out the topics that are working well. But also, when it comes to the thumbnails, I believe you can replicate the thumbnails and even do much more better thumbnails. You just have to understand what are the activities, what are the things that trigger people to click on such thumbnails. When you truly understand that, it is going to get you ahead in doing these thumbnails in a much more better way that performs very well. Now, when you look at such videos, they perform very well because people are seeking for this kind of financial news. They want to know what is going on and how it is going to affect their financial lives, which is something that you can also be able to emulate. Let's go to this one. This one is called Frugal Recipes. Now, I loved what they do. They have very many videos, but what they are talking about, this is in the food niche, and they are talking about different kinds of things that are in the stores that are there, with how you can be able to capitalize and get them, and how you can be able to get them from different kinds of stores. Now, this one is niched down to stores that are in the United States, and I loved what they're doing. They're doing it very well. They're mostly concerned about the rising prices, and they're trying to help people to understand how they can get the best prices for these foods. Now, what they have 14 million views, rather, from 905 videos, which is the number of videos is quite high because they put out videos, I believe, every day. But what you can look at is how you can replicate, because people are always looking out for the best prices. That is one thing, but they're also looking out for areas where they can get these products from. This is something that is very important, something that you can be able to capitalize on and be able to do also as you're venturing into the Faceless YouTube venture. Now, this one is called CASHFLOW. They have only 6,000 subscribers, which is good. They have 136 videos, and they have 1.2 million views. What are they doing? They're doing videos mostly about trucks, and mostly these trucks are from different kinds of brands, but they're also doing videos about semi-trucks. I want you to look at what they're doing, because there are people who are interested in these trucks. We know that trucks move commodities and they are used mostly across the world. But also, when you look at how they are depicting their the thumbnails are very, very elaborative, and they are very clear. They bring out what they want to bring out, but also their text is kind of consistent. When we are going to go to these videos, I want us to look at what they have in terms of the latest videos, because that is very important. I want us to also look at what they are doing. It is very, very important. Now, when you look at what they are doing, they have these thumbnails. The thumbnails have that kind of text which is very bold, black plus a white text which has a red background, which is on the top, which works out very well. A white background with these tracks that are very vividly shown. So that is also another pattern. But also, you want to look at the titles, how they formulate them, and the topics of the track that they're talking about. Because if they're getting these views, that means that the trucks they're talking about are really, really sought after, and they are used by truck drivers or people who use them to transport goods. It is very important for you to understand why are they blowing up. You can't just go into a niche and you start doing it. You want to do proper niche research. What I would advise is that you take your time to do this research. When you take your time to do research, it's going to enable you to get niches that will really work out for you in a much more better sense. Now, if you love our videos, we are putting out videos on every day to help you become better in, first of all, selecting these niches, to sort out the better niches that you can go into, but also to make money with these niches, to be able to create these kinds of channels that are similar to what the profitable channels that are performing well are doing, and how you can capitalize on that. If you really want to make money from these kinds of channels, I want you to subscribe, because you will get access to daily videos that show you the various niches that you can go into and be able to perform even better. Thank you. Now, I want you to look at this, the simplicity and the consistency, because I'm checking out most of these videos, but the titles are quite, the thumbnails are quite consistent, and the titles are quite unique. That is how you can look at why they are performing, and you can be able to go into such niches, or even go and niche down to other kind niches and bring out the same kinds of tricks and flavors of how they are performing to the other niche. The other one that I want us to look at, it's called KM Uncharted Mysteries. They have 204 videos. They have 85,000 subscribers, and they have 8.4 million views. Now, this is quite a lot. This is quite a lot. But what are they doing? They're doing videos about certain kinds of mysteries across the world, things that have not yet been understood, secrets that are yet to be discovered, and they're doing this in a documentary kind of style. Look at the patterns in this channel. Mostly when you look at the thumbnails are very, very intriguing. When it comes to you looking at them, you would love to really click on them and watch these kinds of videos. But also, when you look at what they are doing in terms of the length of the videos are quite lengthy, over 1 hour and above, which is quite good. And given that YouTube is still suggesting their videos even after 2 months of not uploading, I believe this is a niche that you can go into. Now, what you would love to do, you would love to emulate the style or the style of the thumbnails and how they do them and how intriguing they are. You also want to emulate the topics. The topics are really doing well, because when you go to the most popular videos, you can see that this one was done 5 months ago. It already has 1.2 million views. This one 6 months ago, 1 million views. The topics are quite intriguing. You want to also capitalize on what really worked out very well, but also what you want to look at mostly is how they get to narrate these videos, because that is very, important. How you narrate them and how you do is going to keep people to watch on, given that the videos are quite long and the revenue per mil is also very, very high. The other element that I would capitalize on is the element that you would love to post consistently, because they're not posting these videos consistently. They last posted 2 months ago, and that is quite a lengthy time without posting. 60 days without posting on a channel is quite lengthy. You want to capitalize on that. The other channel that we have on this list, it's called The Mix. They have only 48 videos, but they have 11 million views. Now, with 48 videos and 11 million views, that is quite huge. Now, what are they doing? They're doing different kinds. They're in they're in the crime niche, but mostly they've zeroed down to a sub niche called the mafia niche. They are showing videos about different kinds of people who are running these gangs and how they run them and how they're investigated, how the police comes in. So it is mostly about these kinds of stories, but the videos are quite lengthy, and I believe they are making over $50,000 with only this channel, because with these kinds of videos you can be able to get more views. Now, what can you capitalize on? The recency. They last posted a video 1 month ago. So you want to keep on with the consistency of posting the videos, because when you are consistent, you can be able to outcompete your customer. But also, YouTube is going to understand fully that your videos come out consistently, and it's going to consistently suggest your videos to different kinds of people and other audiences that can come on and be able to watch your videos. And the more views you get, the more money you will be able to make. This one is called Safety First. I love it. It's mostly about different kinds of hacks that are going to help you to become safe. And when you look at their thumbnails, they are quite simplistic. Very, very simplistic. They don't have a huge number of subscribers. They have few subscribers. They started in April. They have very few number of subscribers. Few videos, 20 videos, and they have 634 views. This is quite good, and they are simplistic when it comes to creating the thumbnails. But also what I identify is that they have niched down to doing videos about United States. United States definitely is one of the most sought after markets. So when advertisers come to this kind of channel, you're going to be able to, first of all, get brand deals, but also you're going to be able to get a higher revenue per mil, given that the audience that you are serving is mostly in the United States. Now let's go to this one, which is going to be our last channel. It's called Dark Psychology Decoded. Now, this one, what they are talking about, they're talking about psychology as written in the by Machiavelli, Carl Jung, and other kind of philosophic figures. When you look at what they've done 59 videos, and they have 4.6 million views. Now, this is a channel that was started like 5 months ago. It is a very, very new channel. But when you look at the videos that they do, this one, they did this video 1 day ago, and it already has 12,000 views. Let's go to the most popular views. I want to look at them before we even talk about the thumbnails. The most popular video is already having 790,000 views, and it was done 2 months ago. Now, I want you to look at the simplicity of the thumbnails. The thumbnails are very simplistic, but they talk about that kind of psychology that people would love to know, because people are always seeking to become better, and they are seeking to also embody characters that help them not to lose control. And I believe these are the kinds of videos that they are doing. The thumbnails are quite calling, given what they are talking about, and this is putting them up there to get the views that they are getting. Now, we are always looking out for new niches that can help you to make money, niches that are working, but niches that are not saturated. And we do this on every single day. If you'd love to be part of our community that is always getting access to these kinds of YouTube niches that you can go into very fast and make money, please, I'm calling you upon to subscribe to our channel so that you can be able to have access to all our videos the older ones and the new ones that we put out on every single day. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.